Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year and as so has many traditions that Jews have followed over the centuries. We questioned our experts to enlighten us just what we need to know about the holiday. How is the Jewish New Year different from the New Year's celebrations in other traditions? Dr. Zvi Shimon from Bar Ilan University has all the answers.
The concept of having a new year is common to all cultures. All cultures usually have a calendar, and you have to determine a beginning point to the year. So therefore, this is kind of a universal concept. I think there's great differences if we analyze both in atmosphere, ambiance, and bottom line also content. When we get to Rosh Hashanah, the new Jewish year, I think the attitude is very different, the atmosphere is very different. First of all, there's a sense of awe. There's a sense of even some trepidation. There's also some joyousness, but it's one of spiritual upliftment, and that stems from our understanding what it is. Rosh Hashanah. It's basically the day where we enthrone God. We appreciate God as the King of the universe, and hence there's also that sense of trepidation. But there's also that sense of joy, because when we approach God and get closer to God, man feels uplifted. So there's some kind of internal tension as far as the emotions.
In the Jewish tradition, the coming year will be the year 5774. But what does that year stand for? Rabbi Shabtai Rappaport from the High Institute for Torah has a learned opinion on the subject.
The reckoning of Rosh Hashanah is Rosh Hashanah, the first day of the year, is 400 years after the Temple of Destruction. The Jewish calendar was not an automatic calendar. It was a calendar that had to be ruled on every year, actually every month, by the High Court, by the Sanhedrin. And when the High Court closed down, they had to develop an automatic calendar, which means it'll like shoot and forget. They set the rules and there'll be it has to work by itself. And it happens to be that Friday, if you calculate backwards according to the existing calendar, Friday 5,773 years ago is a good start. But I don't think there is a claim that actually this was the day of the creation. It's only a calendar convenience.
The food we eat on Rosh Hashanah carries a lot of symbolism, explains Chaya Nitzan from web TV channel Orot.
It's very nice to see, and I always think about it, that in every position that we sit and eat a good meal, Rosh Hashanah, that we are all happy and we wish each other Happy New Year, all the food that we eat around it, like the fish, that we are eating a piece of a head of the fish, to be a head and not to be a tail of something. To feel that we have a value and we are something in the world, that people care about us. This is the meaning of the head of the fish. Every Rosh Hashanah, the first thing is when, after we wash our hands for a motzi and we eat a piece of challah, the first thing that we are doing is to put the challah into honey. And that is for a sign to have a new sweet year. And the second fruit that we are taking and putting into honey is the apple. The apple means a fruit that we have it through the beginning of the world. And the honey is something very sweet, and the point that we put one into the other gives us also a new sweet year to begin with it. We eat carrots on Rosh Hashanah because carrot in Hebrew is gezer. Gezer it means like she'igzor aleinu gzorot tovot, that God will give us only good things during the year. Gzera. Gzera means that He should cut our life into good things. We eat the dates on Rosh Hashanah because dates means in Hebrew tamar. Tamar, we have the meaning of the word tamu. Tamu means the end. We want to have the end of being with enemies around us. We want to succeed. We want to see good only around us, and this is why we eat this. The sweet taste in our mouth symbolizes the spiritual sweetness we want for the new year.
Dr. Shimon reminds us that one of the main traditions of Rosh Hashanah is the blowing of the shofar, which has a very important task of invoking us.
When we hear the truah, that alarm sound, it's basically a wake-up call, and I think it's a call for a certain change, right, in direction. And we're supposed to contemplate and think, what have we done in the past that we're not happy with? And more importantly, what are we going to do in the future? What direction are we going to take our lives now? The important thing is to make certain decisions, to move forward, to make certain changes, to say, this is how I want to move my life forward. Okay, we're going to Rosh Hashanah, we're taking it seriously, and we're really contemplating, praying, giving charity, and giving and working, putting effort into it. And if God sees that we're trying to make some changes, the very idea of waking up and really determining that we want to change positively, I think that is the major and central aspect of Rosh Hashanah.
So now we have gotten all the info we need for the high holidays. It is time to get down to business and start implementing. For JN1, I'm Ron Jacobsohn in Jerusalem, wishing all our viewers around the world Shana Tova, Happy Jewish New Year.